So another tutorial that I wanted to make was about nerves. Nerves while performing. Nerves encompasses a broad spectrum of feeling. When we're dealing with our nerves, that can be a daily life situation, anxiety, which I will talk about at some other points. But the baseline for the nerves in this context is for performance. And nerves, I remember a long time ago in speech class. I think I was in college when this speech class. I've had it in college and high school, but I don't remember where I learned this. But nerves is your body preparing yourself for a good performance where you will be just fine. Use your nerves or you mess up, you tank. So how do you do that? This is where it gets really interesting. When you know you're going to perform, you know there's going to be nerves. The nerves will be there. Most everybody, even the percent of people that love public speaking engagements, have nerves. Fear of public speaking and performance surpasses the fear of death. I have a colleague who taught me that statistic. Death is a lower fear for people than public speaking. So whether you're performing, speaking, teaching, rapping, singing, beatboxing, bioboxing, out there communicating with animals, or whatever, nerves will be there. So you know their nerves are going to be there. Be preemptive. One technique that I've found and I've used, and it was actually taught by my professor, I believe, in college. I think it was college I learned these gems, is to bring your hands out. Bring your hands, shake, get some of that nervous energy. It's your body preparing, because if you let that nervous energy build up too much, you get nauseous. I had this happen. I was trying to put up a tent in speech class in high school. I got really nervous and nauseous. Well, I just didn't plan it out very well. But when you're wringing your hands out, you shake your arms, you get yourself psyched up. Affirmations. I can do this. Those who say they can. Those who say they can't. So, psych yourself up. See, this is going to be a good performance. And if and always, there many times will be a blunder. There will be a blunder. Be ready for it. Embrace it. Roll with it. And the audience likely is not a judgmental audience. If you have a judgmental audience, then you're probably in the wrong place to begin with. And you just got to roll with the punches. There's people that get booed off stage, and if people boo you off stage, you just walk and say you did what you did. You did the best you could. You had a non-complicit crowd, a non-compliant crowd, intransigent crowd. You had a crowd that was not helpful to your speech. Whatever. You find a better crowd. But most people tend to be benign or benevolent, and if people are there to hear you speak, that's a good thing. If they're not, and you're kind of a precursor to the headliner, then just do the best you got. Make yourself presentable and sell yourself to the audience. Basically, you're selling yourself to the audience, not like a doing the deal with the devil type thing, but more of a when you present yourself, when you do your music, you're basically giving people a piece of you. And when they come and they see that and they enjoy that, they're taking a piece of you. Whether you call it buying or taking or selling or giving, there is a transaction there, a sociological transaction. Where give and exchange. And when they give you laud or extol you, that's a good exchange. So, and the fact that they're listening, it's a head start. So, roll with your mistakes. That's a big one. Because a lot of times you get nervous, you catch up, you get caught up in a mistake, then what do you do? If you're a beatboxer, here's a tip. I messed up. Messed up. So then I get back into my speech and I say, oh, you know what? It's okay. Everybody scratches things up sometimes. You just gotta get back into it. You know, that's an easy technique. Oh, the verbalized pauses. That's another thing that you don't want to have too many. You just gotta roll with it. You know, people are likely going to be perceptive to what you have to say. Unless you have nothing to say, then you haven't prepared. So preparation's another one too. Be prepared. Be prepared to fail. Be prepared to fly. Because it will be all right. Everything will be all right. Everything will be okay. Another thing is to be mindful of your breathing. Now, I know that sounds weird, but we have talked about breath control drying you out. When your mouth is sticking together, your mind's thinking, oh my goodness, my mouth is sticking together. Carry a water bottle on the stage. Most places will allow it, I would think. And I joked. I said, now the nerves are kicking in, so I better take a drink. And I, drank, and then I moved back in. It probably made me lower down in the talent show, but I rolled with it. I've had malfunctions galore. I had a real bad set, and I plowed through it. I did the best I could. I transitioned. They shut down the sound too low when I was on board mixing, and they didn't know that. So they suppressed my sound, so I was just, oh my goodness, I lost sound. It was so quiet, you could hardly hear it. Then they finally turned it up, but I had wind blowing the projector. It was just a bad situation during the day. My set was more complex than anybody's there. I mean, most people get up and just sing with a backing track that they're not even playing, no instrument, just sing, or they do yo-yos or whatever. I had a computer, or a laptop. I had a projector screen, which that basically went out the window, and I'm running things on my computer as I go. And I had my looping station, and I was building it from beatbox and doing the emulations all at once. So so things can go bad. You just gotta roll with it. Be aware of your nerves. Be prepared. Be prepared to deal with them. And know your script. Know what you're gonna say. Kind of have a template of what you do if you mess up. Be prepared for it. Know the crowd is benevolent. Think of them as benevolent. Go in there with the best assumptions. And go in there with your integrity. Have your integrity throughout the performance, before the performance, and after the performance. That's the best way to live life, is with integrity. Be honest. And if you make mistakes, which you will, learn from them. Write them down. Watch the video again. It's not pride to watch yourself and say, I did okay in this. I screwed up big time in this. Everybody can make changes. Another tip to think of is to move around. Movement is golden. The proper increments of movement. If you move around on the stage, you're burning through some of that anxious energy. Now, you don't want to, gesticulate unless that's part of your performance. But a little moving around can, a little pacing back and forth, just like you keep your eyes on the crowd. You want eye contact, and that can be intimidating. Just look above the people. That's another thing altogether. But you can move around, move one side, then kind of turn around, scan your head, kind of just, moving your body around just lightly, ever so lightly, not gesticulating, not doing the wave unless that's part of your performance, but move around. And that pacing, get some of that energy out. And being excited about what you have to present on will help a lot. If you hate what you're talking about, it will make it suck. Or it could make it suck more than it already will, or it just could be not a good situation. So hopefully these tips help you with your performance. If you got anything from this video, like and subscribe, share, do all that good stuff for this video. This is Two Sounds at Once. I hope you have a good day. You will be fine. You will be all right. You will be okay.